I will cover managing your voicemail from my.mvtel.com. First thing you need to do is go to my.mvtel.com and log in. I'm going to pause while I log in. Okay, I've logged in. This is the first page you see when you've logged in. You'll see some other things up here like forwarding and simmering. These are other features that we have on this particular line. I've covered those in other videos. So the first thing you can do is you can listen to your message. This we've got one voicemail, so if you click on messages, I can play it. I can delete it right here after I've played it. I can mark the message as heard so it doesn't show as a new message. I can send it to an email, or I can forward it as a voicemail. You could forward it to somebody else that has MVT's voicemail. So typically what we do is I just listen to it and then delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete it. So now I'm going to go back here to home, and we're going to go through some of the configuration. Under message settings, enable live screen. We don't typically use that, but here, right here, you can, this is the number of seconds before a call goes to voicemail. 24 seconds is usually about 4 rings. There's about 6 seconds per ring. So if you want 5 rings, you can change it to 30. Here's one thing that's pretty useful. You can forward messages as emails. So you click that, and you simply type in an email address. We're going to type in bob@gmail.com. Hopefully there's really not a Bob at Gmail, but you may get our messages. Then you click add, and you can add additional emails. You can choose to leave the original in the inbox, so if you want to come back to here, or if you don't check that, the only notification you're going to get that there's a message is that email, and it'll be an attachment you can play on the email. Include action links in the emails. That's something that I check. This allows you that when you get that email, say maybe you wanted to leave the original in the inbox, there's like a link that'll take you back to my.mvtel.com. There's a link that will allow you just to delete it from the email. So that's kind of what those are. Email, voice, mailbox access, say maybe you're checking it from your home phone. You can do skip PIN. That way you don't have to type in your 6-digit PIN every time you want to check messages. Voicemail greeting. This is a little bit more I want to get into on this video, but there's different things you can do with greetings. You can create a personal greeting. These are all things you do when you set up voicemail. So you can select your greetings from here. The last thing I want to cover is notifications. Now, yeah, I'm sure we're not going to save any of this, so it's just warning me that, hey, I need to go ahead and click apply if I was going to save some of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Last thing is notifications. Right now, by default, you're going to get a notification on your home telephone. Some of them have a message waiting light that will start flashing if you've got a message. If you don't have a message waiting, if you go off hook, you'll hear a beep, 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 and that'll let you know that there's a voicemail. You can turn that off if you want, simply by going right here, but then you wouldn't know you had a message. One of the things that we do quite often is we do an email, and this basically just sends a notification to an email that says, hey, there's a message. One of the things that we do at MVT is that we set up an email notification. So there's something called email to text. So if you have, say, Verizon, you can put your 10-digit Verizon phone number, and then at vtext.com, and it will send, if you send an email to that address, it will actually show up as a text on your phone. And so you could do it that way to get a text saying, hey, you've got a voicemail on your MVT account. You can go check your email, you can dial into the system, you can go to COM Portal Web, the my.mvtel. Multiple ways you can listen to that message. But this is just another way of notifying you that you've got a message. Thank you for your time.